It's time we stop quoting stupid stories. Let me give you an example. There are people all over the internet who don't speak English very well. And they'll see news stories that they think are real, and they aren't real. Here's one example of a news story that isn't real. There's a spoof, S-P-O-O-F, spoof tabloid. It does funny parodies and spoofs. It's not real news, it's fake news, it's comedy. Everybody in the news report is an actor, and they play it very seriously, so you'll watch these stories and think they're real. People I know are forwarding these stories thinking they're real stories. It's not just you. Check this out. Beijing's most popular newspaper has unwittingly republished a bogus story about U.S. Congress's threats to skip town for Memphis or Charlotte unless Washington builds them a new Capitol building with a retractable dome. The source was the celebrated spoof tabloid, The Onion. The Onion wanted to make a funny story that our Congress was threatening to move to another state unless our government gave them a retractable roof, a roof that opened up. It's a funny, silly, stupid story. Some Chinese reporter read it online, thought it was real, and quoted it. And it went out to 1.25 million Chinese people, translated into Chinese. I'm going to show you a couple examples of a couple stories. If you click here, and you click here, you'll see a couple of stories that you got to watch. They're comedy. They're funny. They play it very seriously, but these are funny, funny stories. So watch these stories. These are from The Onion. So someone could watch these stories and think they're real, but they're not. So watch these stories and understand that there are a lot of parodies out there, a lot of spoofs, a lot of things. Like some Muslim friend of mine from another country was under the impression that Stephen Hawking had converted to Islam. He had not. It was a spoof. There are a lot of people doing spoofs. There's one other kind of misinformation people are getting. People are quoting really dumb, bad, ridiculous sources. Sources that disguised as serious journalism, which are just junk. And people are quoting them around. This person said it. I mean, just because someone says something on the internet doesn't make it true. I'm living proof of that. I'm just giving my opinion. I could be wrong. People are taking these news items, whether they be intentional parodies and spoofs, or just sloppy, slack journalism with no references, no backup, no reliable sources, and they're printing them as if they were fact. Then other people are taking these pieces of information that are misinformation, that are fallacies, and they're spreading them around. It makes everybody look bad, and it causes potentially war. Play on America!